The fifth skill set of a great leader, and that is the setting of expectations and goals that motivate and inspire. And there's a huge raft of stuff underneath this, because the setting of goals is both a science and an art. To do this right, you need to know a lot about motivation, what motivates people, because the setting of the right goal will create energy and inspiration and give people purpose and direction and all that kind of thing, and be very, very positive for your team and the results that you gain. Set it wrong and it will demotivate people, and they will turn their face away from it. They won't do it. It's a really difficult balancing act. And there's a lot to understand in here. I mean, let me just share one simple story from my own experience. I worked with a team of young people years back, decades back, and we had a boss who set us some stretching targets. Yay. And we were committed and excited to achieve them. And we did. We put the effort in, we put extra effort in, and we delivered that goal. And then he set us another one. And then we delivered against that. And then he set us another one, and we delivered against that. However, we stopped working so hard. The way in which he was goal setting actually turned against the purposes of the business and demotivated us, because he forgot a couple of key elements. Do you know what he forgot? He forgot to say thank you. He forgot to celebrate. He forgot to recognize the extra effort that we'd put in. And we started as a team to feel taken for granted. We also started to feel that we were being treated as a machine. He kind of just tapped in the goal and we did it. And then tapped in the next goal and we did it. There was a sort of lack of appreciation from him that meant that we switched off. He did a lot of things right, but he missed that one crucial thing. And I won't say that we took our foot completely off the accelerator, but it wasn't hard to the floor anymore. It wasn't hard to the floor. At the beginning, it was hard to the floor. We were going for it. But he didn't show his appreciation for that, so we just lifted off. There's just one story, just one slight story. And it's difficult to get this thing right, but you need to understand what motivates people and exactly what is the right level, what's the right stretch that will be exciting and inspirational for your team to, or individuals in your team to achieve, and not so high that it overwhelms, or not so low that it's boring, there's no excitement here. It's a bit of a balancing act. There's also another side to this, which is very important, and most companies, most teams leave this one out, and it is crucial, because it is, you can set goals and expectations about targets and KPIs, you know, what's delivered in what time frame and all that kind of thing. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. So many teams and organizations fail to set expectations about how you achieve your goals. In other words, what are the attitudes and the behaviors that you want exhibited in your team that will lead you to success, that will create a team that people enjoy working in, and that will lead to success. For example, you might want the attitude of positivity. You might well want the attitude of respect. There's a fantastic piece of work that MenCap did, and one of the things that they set, one of the expectations they set was, we want you to disagree with each other and bosses and everything. In other words, voice your opinions, but without being disagreeable. Just fantastic. They had that phrase defined and printed up on the walls. We want you to disagree, but without being disagreeable. In other words, we want your viewpoints, but without being disrespectful, without being nasty about it, without being disagreeable. And the interesting thing about this, when we set clear expectations about behavior and attitudes, we can then hold people accountable to delivering that. So if we've made it explicit, you're free to disagree, but without being disagreeable, Should someone disagree in a disagreeable way, we are then free, and indeed their colleagues are free, to go, hold on a moment, that was disagreeable. You did that in a disagreeable way. And we don't do that around here. We don't do that in our team or in our organisation. Can you, I'm going to hold you account to that. I'm asking you now to disagree with me, but in an agreeable way. And that's when you get things really humming, because you're asking people to show up as their very, very best, as responsible adults within your workplace, who then go on to deliver great results, those targets, those KPIs, those essential deliverables that the business needs, to go on and deliver all of those. And that gets very exciting. There's a whole raft of little things that come in under this skill set that is extremely important, and makes the business successful. Without those exciting targets, it's pretty boring, really, isn't it? You want people to take pride in going that extra bit and delivering the results and getting the thanks, the recognition and the reward for doing that. As always, if there's someone that you feel needs to hear this message, please do feel free to share the video with them and subscribe. I've got the sixth skill set is coming along in a moment, in the next week or so. And yeah, it's really good to have you along with this journey and to be exploring what takes great leadership. What is great leadership? Take care now. Bye.